So hello guys, welcome to US Home Buyers Network. My name is David and I am here to share with you this video about real estate investment. So why invest in real estate? Real estate is the foundation of wealth building. Whether you are living in US, Kenya or whatever country you are in, real estate has proven to be one of the greatest wealth building foundation. Unlike many other investment avenues, real estate offers a unique combination of benefits that can accelerate your wealth building journey. So let's dive in. What you need to know about real estate. So first of all, real estate is a tangible asset. You can invest in stock, you can invest in bonds and treasury bills. All of that you can do, but they don't have that sense of touch. So one opportunity that you get investing in real estate is that you can see that investment, you can touch it, you can feel it, and even more, you can improve that investment, which is something that is very vital. Second thing is that real estate has a track record of appreciating with time. Even though we have market fluctuations here and there, historically property values tends to increase, allowing your initial investment to grow. Not only just in just buying a property, but even for those people who are in the rental business, which I'm gonna talk about in a short while. So thirdly and critically, real estate offers multiple income streams. So you're not just relying on appreciation. Think about rental income, which can provide consistent cash flow. So there are also opportunities for tax advantages such as deductions for mortgage interest and property taxes, and depreciation, whereby the government assumes that with time your house is wearing out. So wear and tear, so which significantly will reduce your taxable income. So this is something that you want to take advantage of as you're planning to be a real estate investor. So moving on swiftly, we have to invest in ourselves. So one of the most asset that you will ever cultivate is your mind. So for you to invest in real estate and become successful in that industry, you have to educate yourself. So education is one of the most important investments you have to make on yourself. So before you even think about buying a property, invest in your education. What do you know about real estate? What do you know about real estate investment? What type of investments exist in the real estate industry? So I would welcome you to read a lot of books, attend workshops and seminars and groups like this. Just stay in sync in everything that you're doing. Make sure you're listening, make sure you're learning, make sure you are learning and studying and growing and becoming better. By doing that, you increase your chances of minimizing mistakes as you make moves in the real estate investment journey. So the more you know, the more confident and successful you will become in this industry. So I welcome you guys to love learning. If you want to be the best real estate investor, or if you want to be a sophisticated investor. So moving on swiftly, something else you have to understand if you're planning to join the real estate crew is that you have to have defined goals. Without goals, it's difficult for you to achieve anything. So what do you want to achieve in real estate? Are you looking for something long term? Are you looking for a steady rental income opportunity, or just a combination of both? So because as I said, you can invest in the real estate in three ways. Either you can do fix and flip, buy and hold. That means you buy a property, keep it for rental income, or you can wholesale. So having clear goals will help you to narrow down your options and even make informed decisions. So moving on swiftly, another thing is that we need to understand our finances. So get a clear picture of your financial situation. How much capital do you have to invest? What's your credit score? Explore different financing options from traditional mortgages to private lenders. So, and this largely works if you invest in your education, as we said earlier. Part of understanding your finances has to do with what you're learning about money. So if you don't know so much about what you qualify for, it is important you get in contact with a loan officer, and we have one in this group called George. He can answer all of your questions regarding mortgages and finance. So make sure you understand your finances, and the only way you do that is by investing in knowledge. Listen to these people when they speak. We will be bringing in loan officers here. We'll be bringing in escrow agents to be talking to you guys. So make sure you love investing in your knowledge or understanding. So there are only three strategies that real estate investors use to make money and probably become billionaires and even millionaires. In this industry, we have a lot of billionaires like Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone. For those of you who don't know them, these are the great gurus that are actually making billions in real estate industry through these types of investment. And as I said earlier, there are only three ways in which you can make money in real estate. And number one we're going to talk about is buy and hold, or rather you can call it rental income producing assets. So this is what this simply means. So you buy a property and then you rent out that property to tenants, and then you collect rent over time. So every month you could be collecting rent from those tenants, and that monthly payment goes to pay your mortgage. It pays all your taxes, your insurance, maintenance, and all that. So, and the great secret about this is buying right. And I'm going to talk about the key benefits that are involved in this type of investment. Number one is consistent cash flow. So once you get your hands into this type of business, this business will generate you a steady stream of income. So you take that advantage of a steady income by investing in such opportunities. So simply put it, once you're buying that property, make sure it cash flows positively before even you get into that deal. So if that deal doesn't cash flow positively, don't do it. And I'll have a separate video on how to know whether that property actually cash flows or not, whether it's a good deal or a bad deal. So make sure you follow my videos on YouTube. I'll be sharing that to help you guys understand whatever is required. Another thing is appreciation. Property value can increase over time. So once you buy this property, and again, as I share that video, I will talk about how you can actually raise the value of these properties by increasing rent, and you do that by making improvements over time on that property. Something else you have to understand is that tenants will always pay down your mortgage. Your tenants are essentially helping you to build equity. Once they are paying you and it's a positive cash flow, that means they are paying all your expenses and you still have something else to pocket. So there are a few considerations when you go through this type of investment. Number one is property management. You need to decide if you will self-manage or hire a property manager. But as you're starting, it's important to self-manage these properties yourself. And with time, you're gonna get experience, you get knowledge, you know what works and what doesn't work. So it's always good to try out. Number two is tenant selection. It is crucial for avoiding headaches and ensuring consistent income. Some tenants don't really pay your rent and all that. So another thing is maintenance and repairs. Budget for unexpected cost, or they will come. So make sure you take note of that. So one way in which people also make money, if you don't have a lot of money to buy multi-family dwellings, you can invest in the house hacking system. So this is a fantastic strategy for those looking to get into real estate without so much money in their pocket. So simply you buy a property and you rent rooms to some of your friends, and then when you rent these rooms, you make money out of it. Some of it you use to pay rent, and you keep some money for cash flow. So as you're buying this property, make sure you do some calculation. And we've actually helped a lot of clients to buy such properties, and they are making money out of it. Simply, if you buy a house worth $500,000, and let's say you're paying $4,000 in mortgage, and it's a 4-bedroom house, you live in one and you rent out of 3 rooms. Let's say, for instance, you charge every client or every tenant who lives in that room $1,000 every month. So you have $3,000 coming in, and then You only have to come up with 1,000 for you to make all your monthly expenses on that property. So that pays off your mortgage, it pays off your insurance, it pays off every expense that you have on that household. There are key benefits, and number one, reduced living expenses. Rental income from other units can significantly offset even cover your mortgage. I've talked about that. Another thing is that the most important thing in whatever you are doing is not what you get, but what you learn. So there is a steep learning curve when you go this route, and that is really important because as you're planning to scale, whatever knowledge you have and experience will make it easy for you to grow faster. Another thing is that it's easy to finance. For those of you who have never purchased a home, we have down payment assistance program for first time home buyers. You can actually buy a house with zero down payment. So make sure you take advantage of this. If you don't know, seek out knowledge. If you never know, you will never know, and you will never do nothing about it. So number two, moving on swiftly, the second way in which people make money in this industry of real estate is through fix and flip. Yes, you heard me right. Fix and flip. This involves purchasing distressed property and then wholesaling, keeping those properties. You buy this property, for instance, and then you renovate it, and you buy these properties at a discount. So for instance, if you for instance find a property that is there on sale, maybe on Zillow or whatever, for $400,000, let's say it has an ARV or after repair value of $600,000. So you buy that property at a lower cost. Make sure you give the lowest offer as possible so that you can create a big margin. So the more margin you have, the more money you pocket. So one of the most great secret about this investment is that you have to buy right. Great investors make money when they buy the property, not when they are selling. So if you're not making money during your entry, your exit is cooked. So make sure you make the right decision when you are trying to purchase such or when you're doing such a business. So key benefits involved in this fix and flip business is that there is potential for high returns. If you do this correctly, most of the money is made through this type of business. So if you buy a property with a deep discount, let's say for example a property is really run down and it needs a lot of work, and let's say you get this property at a steep discount, let's say the ARV is like 700,000 and you buy this property at $300,000. So that means you have a margin of 400,000. Let's say you spend 150,000 to fix up this property, and that means you end up spending 450 to buy this property and make it sellable. So if you sell this property at 700,000, you have made $250,000 within a few months. So there's high potential for returns in this business. Now, another thing is that there is faster turnarounds. Unlike long-term rentals, you can realize your profits in months. Actually, this is the only business whereby within 2 to 3 months, at most 4 months, you should be able to make your profits. So another key major benefit that you want to take advantage of is creative outlets. For those of you who enjoy like designing and construction, it is important for you to understand that you can customize the house to fit whatever designs that you have. Major key considerations about this business of fix and flip. Number one, you need to be knowledgeable about the market. If you don't understand local property values or renovation costs, you will actually you will screw up a lot of deals because you will make bad offers, buy those properties at wrong price, and then you come out of pocket to fix it, and even you come out of pocket to sell it. So it is important for you to understand the knowledge about the market you are dealing with. If you're in California, if you're in Texas, it's good for you to understand your market, and the only way you understand your market is having a good relationship with real estate agents. They are the expert in that field, and it's good and wise if you relate with them well. They will share all the secrets they have about the market. So make sure you don't ignore a real estate agent if you want to be successful as an investor. Another thing is accurate budgeting, because most of the times people underestimate renovation costs and that really eats their profits. So it is always good to have some contingency fund, or make sure you are a little bit stingy when you are making offers, to make sure you don't come out of pocket to pay for repairs and all to that. So another key consideration is time commitment. This is a very hands-on strategy that requires significant time for project management. If you work with wrong people, you can take 6 months to fix up a deal that will take 2 months, and that means you're wasting time. Within those 6 months, you can actually fix and flip two more deals. So it is good to be aware of time management. Another thing is the risk of market shift. A sudden downturn in the housing market during a renovation will impact your profitability. So that is something that you want to be aware of. Moving on swiftly to our last strategy in which people make money. This is my best. It's called wholesaling. What is wholesaling? Wholesaling is just being a middleman in anything. And wholesaling is not just all about real estate. Wholesaling is seen in so many businesses. For instance, Costco is a wholesaler. Amazon is a wholesaler. Jumia, for those of you guys who come from Kenya, Jumia is a wholesaler. Walmart is a wholesaler. All these big stores, they are wholesalers. They act as the middleman. If you produce milk today, you just need to sell that milk to Walmart, and Walmart sells that milk to you guys or the consumer. So Walmart acts as the middleman. They connect you with the milk from the farmer. So it's the same concept here. So as a wholesaler, you find distressed property or discounted property, you get them under contract, and then you assign that contract to another investor, who often we call them a fixer flipper, a fixer and a flipper, or just a fix and flip investors, or those investors who want to invest in the buy and hold investment strategy. So it's a teamwork. So you can actually serve all types of investors. You can be all of these types of investors if you understand the game well. So this comes with key benefits, and I can actually create different videos about wholesaling for you guys so that you can understand how to navigate through that market. Key benefits of wholesaling: number one, it requires low to zero capital, and I can teach you guys how to actually wholesale a property with zero money. Yes, you heard me right, zero money. If you are interested, you will always find out a way it's done. So if you want to find out more, make sure you go on my YouTube channel, subscribe and share and like and comment. Let me know what you think about real estate investment. Another thing is, it doesn't require any renovations. Come on, you're buying a property to wholesale it. You have no business keeping it. You have no business, renovating that property unless you decide to buy. Your job is simply to turn that deal to an investor who actually does fix and flip. So your work is to find the deal and assign it at a fee to the end buyer. Another thing is that wholesaling offers opportunities for fast profit. Wholesaling deals can close relatively quickly, and this happens within weeks, most likely if you are a cash buyer. So if you have cash, you can actually turn that within weeks. You should be out of the deal. Another excellent way to learn the market. So as a wholesaler, this is the only business in which you will get paid to learn. So once you find this property, you will learn through the whole process. Once you close your first deal, you will have learned how that business is done, and that system will be already in your mind. So it is one way in which you can force yourself to learn that market, to understand how the real estate wholesaling business is done. So if you want to learn, this is the best place to be. So there are a few considerations that you want to take note of if you want to be a wholesaler, and I promise you guys, I'm gonna create more videos about wholesaling. That's not just what you need. There's a lot of work that you need to do to become a successful wholesaler. So the consideration is the number one, you need a buyer's list. So if you don't have a network of buyers, if you find those deals, who are you gonna wholesale those deals? So you need to network with investors who buy those fix and flip properties, so that once you find them, you can actually wholesale them. You can wholesale those deals to them. So make sure you work out on that, and I can help you guys to understand how to build a buyer's list for wholesalers. Another thing is that you need to have that knowledge of finding motivated sellers. So there are so many ways in which you can find motivated sellers who are willing to sell their houses at a discount, and there are so many sites in which I can show you guys where to find such deals. All you need to do is like my video and watch my videos. I will always upload. So whatever video you want to watch, make sure you comment, and I will be happy to create such video for you guys. Another thing is legal complexities. Understanding contract laws and local real estate regulation is very crucial in this business. So it's often advisable to work with a real estate attorney. So it is important to have a real estate attorney review all your contracts that you have to make sure they are legal, so that you don't get sued in this business. There's a lot of lawsuits in this business, so you gotta be careful. And the last thing that I'm gonna talk about is market fluctuations. A sudden drop in demand in the market can make it difficult for you to find a buyer to assign your contract to. So that is something also you want to be aware of, because every business has its own downs and ups. So guys, that is it for real estate investment. If you are wondering whether you can invest in real estate, I've helped you guys to understand you can actually invest in real estate, and I've shown you the 3 major ways in which you can invest in real estate. Just to recap what I said, for you to invest in real estate, you just need to understand that you need to get educated. You need to understand how this business is done, and that only comes by getting knowledge, which is what you're doing. So congratulations on that. Number 2, we say that you need to understand your finances, which is very good. You learn how to network and talk to loan officers. Don't be afraid and don't run away from loan officers. They're your friends. So another thing is that you need to have a goal. You need to set clear goals. What do you want to achieve? If you want to be a wholesaler, you can stick to that path. If you want to be a fix and flip investor, you can stick to that path. If you want to be in the buy and hold business, all of these 3 niches, you can still become a billionaire if you do it right. So it all depends on how much time you're willing to give to be able to grow. So there are only 3 ways in which investors are making money in the real estate business. One, we've said, is buy and hold. Number 2, we've talked about fix and flip, and number 3, we've talked about wholesaling. So let me know guys what you think. And lastly, before I wind up this video, it is important for you to build your team. Building a team will help you to mitigate a lot of risks. And what kind of team do you need for you to be a successful investor? Number 1, you need a reliable real estate agent, and you have one. Number 2, you need to have a knowledgeable mortgage broker. Why? Because they will help you to understand your financial options. Another thing is that you need a network of contractors or handymen. This will help you in terms of renovations, because they will help you in that fix and flip business if that is your model. And number 3, you need a real estate attorney. You need a lawyer who will help you to understand and review all your contracts to ensure legal compliance at all times. And lastly, you need a mentor or an experienced investor to guide you and share their interests. So are there any questions that I can answer for you today? Leave them down on the comments. Like my video, subscribe on my channel, and help me to grow. Let me know what kind of content you want me to bring for you guys, and I'll be so happy. So see you guys on the next one. Let me know what you think about this video. So thank you so much. See you on the next one.